This match day has shown one thing and one thing alone, and that is that, quite frankly, at the end of the day, when all is said and done, we are a team that wins. That's really what it boils down to. We are a team that wins. Another poor performance, to be completely honest here. Another less than stellar defensive performance. But at the end of the day, our offense is quite literally what wins us our games, because our offense is that good that we can play bad week in, week out, and still win. Now, before we start, I want to give a massive shout out to Kingsley Coman, because Coman has had a fantastic season so far, which is kind of, I think, against the flow that people had for Coman, because a lot of people obviously were ruling him out, saying, "Oh yeah, we've now got Sanabria or whatever," and the player that has really stepped up is Coman. Coman has been brilliant. Let's not kid ourselves. He has been brilliant. He's been our best winger this season, not just statistically, but he's been just absolutely fantastic. He's just been in every single game that he's played. Maybe it hasn't really worked for him in some games, but he's always tried. He's always been there. He's always created chances. He's always tracked back. He's always helped offensively and defensively. Speaking of our defense, atrocious once again. I think this season, I asked that question on Twitter. How many clean sheets have we kept this season? And I think we've kept 4 out of like 16 or 17 games. We've kept 4 clean sheets. Yeah. No good. No good at all, ladies and gentlemen. Our defense is just atrocious. And let's not kid ourselves. Stuttgart could have potentially had like 1 or 2 more goals, honestly. 1 more goal, I'd say. But they just weren't that clinical. They don't have the offense that we do, whereas our defense is just lacking. But let's talk about our offense, because the second goal that we scored, Lewandowski, absolutely brilliant. Like, he just said, okay, you know what, screw it, I'm Lewandowski, and he just took a shot, and you know what, he just scored it. And quite frankly, it's one of those situations where it's just like, wow, that is a fantastic strike. That is a fantastic strike. For that to be like the deadlock breaker, that's a fantastic strike. And then the third goal comes in through Sane and Costa combining, the 2 wingers that came on in the second half, for both them coming on and combining. Pretty sweet. Sane is coming on. He's came on for like the last 5 games or so, and he's always either scored or assisted. So that's kind of a trend right now. If you look at his numbers, his stats are insane. For the little amount that he's actually played, considering he's been out injured, his stats are actually insane. But in the grand scheme of things, I have to say this: we need to improve. And I know that's one of those things that's like, it's not easy to say when you're winning games, you're not really losing, for you to say, well, we need to improve, but we do. Again, I think we've kept 4 clean sheets this season. 2 of them, one of them came against Schalke, not necessarily a great team, relegation candidates, and the other one came against Atletico Madrid, a team that really doesn't know how to attack, that is more so focused on the defensive side of things. So from that perspective, you do have to say that the teams that we didn't concede against were teams that we were expected not to concede against, in that sense of the thing. So we need to improve. We need to get better. It's all good having our scoring 3-4 goals in each match day, but we do also need to keep some clean sheets, because if we're playing against a better team, we might not get those 3-4 goals. Yes, we've been lucky so far that our offense has been absolutely clinical, but it's just a situation where, like, you can't keep getting away with it, and right now we do keep getting away with it this season. So that really does need to improve. Now, on a positive note, Tanguy Nyanzu Kouassi, I don't know which name he prefers. I think Tanguy is the name that he actually prefers, so we'll call him that. I thought he had a very good debut. I thought, obviously, he's been out for a long time through injury. I thought he's had a very, very good debut. To be completely honest, I thought when he came on, he actually looked like our best defender. Very confident on the ball, very progressive with the ball, always tried to play forward, always looked up. Also took charge, was active, moved around constantly, wasn't just a static defender that like, okay, I'm gonna defend this ball and then that'll be that. But no, he actually looked like, okay, I'm gonna try and win every ball. Very aggressive, which I kind of like, but also passive in a way that like he wouldn't lunge in, but like he would just make a move so that initiate a move so that the other player had to do something. So from that perspective, I have to say, very good debut. Very much liked what I saw. I was a lot more confident in our defending when he came on, to be completely honest. So I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing him develop, especially as someone that tipped him at the beginning of the season to really have a good season. So from that perspective, I am actually very happy with seeing how he played today. Injuries. We've had plenty of them this season already. I think there was a stat I'll try and like link in the description down below. But there was a stat that I read. Let me see if I can find it. On the PSG subreddit. I know it's a weird subreddit to be on, but the PSG subreddit, which basically said that like the team that has we're basically the second. We're basically the team with the second most injuries this season, and that says a lot. PSG are first and we are second. That says a lot. That says how bad this all has been. So from that perspective, I just want to say, like, injuries, they are a part of football, of course. You can never avoid them, but with the schedule of the season and with the way we've had such a relatively short break and the way we'll have such a relatively short break during the winter period, we're going to have a lot more injuries. So we have to sort of integrate a lot more players now so that we don't drop in quality. And we have been doing a very good job with that. Flick, I think, has done a lot better with his substitutions in the last few games than early on in the season. So I'm actually just looking forward to seeing how we all progress. Now, obviously, we are nearing like the final 7 or 8 games before the winter break. It's going to be a very short winter break. I think it's only like 1 week, 10 days or so. So it's not a very long one. But I mean, it's better than nothing, honestly. Giving the players some rest. So from that perspective, I just want to say this: another victory, 3 points. That's what matters. Victory and 3 points. That's what matters. Main title rival Leipzig. They won 3. They got 3 points as well. Coolio. But yeah, besides them, obviously, you don't need to worry about any other team. So it's good that we get the 3 points, considering that they got the 3 points. But yeah, that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. 3-1. Honestly, overall, not a bad result. But the performance is just bad. It's really that simple. The performance is just continues to be bad, and it just doesn't get better. And that's really what it boils down to. That the performance is just at a stagnant level. We're just really stagnant. Some may say we're getting worse, but I think we're samey. We're samey. We're just not getting better, and that's obviously what you kind of want. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day, or evening, or morning, or whatever. Enjoy the rest of your week, and peace out, and bye.